Wow, we saw a vacant piece of land in LA when we were with our buddy Graham Stephan that's literally worth the same value as the CN Tower. What is up, you guys? Matt McKeever here with
Jeff Weibo.
And so we're doing something a little bit different for you guys today. We got our cameraman Andrew to research a bunch of, well, I'm not even really sure exactly what they are, but properties. I think they're probably famous properties, unusual properties, properties you're probably familiar with, or maybe properties that don't even exist. But the idea is we're just going to try and approach how we would possibly value such unique properties. You guys know I love unique properties because that's where a lot of opportunities are. I don't think we'll probably be buying any of these properties, but let's find out.
Different countries, like who knows?
Yeah.
So. All right, so the first one is going to be the CN Tower, guys. So go ahead and look at the CN
Okay,
Tower.
So Andrew picked the CN Tower.
You obviously know what that is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull it up here just for our American friends in case you don't. But CN Tower, do you want to kind of describe it to them, Jeff?
Yes, to the American friends, the CN Tower is how we plan to take over America. If you've seen the movie Canadian Bacon. So CN Tower is probably the most recognized.
Yeah, one of the most iconic things. Like when you think of the Toronto skyline,
Yeah.
you're naturally going to see it because it's the tallest building in
probably
Toronto.
Like Canada.
And yeah, still it's the tallest in Canada, and for a while it was the tallest in the world, right?
But it's like that picture of Canada. Like
yes.
If you're from India and you have a little poster on your wall, it's probably...
Yeah, you got the Rogers Center or the Sky Dome, right. The CN Tower, that. So definitely a unique property.
I'll give you guys a couple facts here.
Okay.
So up until 2007, it was the highest tower in the world. Right now it is the 9th highest tower in the world. It's 1,815 feet high.
What's the tallest? Burj Khalifa?
Tallest is the Burj Khalifa, yeah. Which is also on those lists. But yeah, go for it. Start valuing it.
Okay,
well,
so
it's by the water.
Yeah, so very close to the water. Downtown Toronto's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, a shoebox condo goes for like $400,000 or $500,000 there, I think, right? Starting. That'd be a bachelor.
400 square feet.
Yeah.
So how many square feet are we at?
I don't know the square footage.
Okay.
Of this.
Well,
not much.
It's not like there's bedrooms in this. So I know there's
very unique views.
Yes.
So
restaurant.
I'm sure someday some Saudi prince will buy it as his personal residence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, the way we would want to approach valuing this from an investor perspective, you want to figure out how much they're charging for those elevator rides. So you can take the elevator up and like it's like $30-40 I think, right? To like do the CN Tower tour.
So
I'd probably
this becomes your cash flow,
right? Yeah, that's the cash flow. Then I'd want to figure out how many people a day I think I can get in there. I remember when I visited on a grade school trip, they also had like a laser tag in the bottom and you could play laser tag. I'm pretty sure they reuse that as a more effective use because laser tag actually requires a lot of square feet and doesn't get you a lot of revenue. So I think first thing we'd probably turn it into just Airbnb, that one of the sections, right?
That'd be yeah. Like what are you paying there? $5,000 a night for the?
I would hope at least.
At least so.
But yeah,
even then
you can't go up the entire night. So like have that Airbnb.
I think you'd want to split it up somehow.
Yeah.
Condo it, Airbnb it, because it rotates the restaurant portion.
Oh right, yeah.
So you get $5,000, but they're not gonna take that whole.
Well, and we would turn the restaurant into the Weibo Lounge, right?
That might cut into our profit. But if we turn in one of the areas that rotates into like 6 condos or 8 or whatever way that divides into, you'd still be able to charge that pretty penny of $5,000 a night but then you'd have to like really market it and build on that experience, right?
Yeah, man, it'd be tough. So definitely the way I would want to do it is figure out what their current income statement looks like and base that off of some sort of cap rate of like 0.25 or something. Like you'd be below 1 cap rate, I'd expect, just because it is so iconic. Your maintenance fees are going to be expensive though.
I would strangely begin with the Rogers Center and the Air Canada Center.
Yeah.
I think they have the same curb appeal of a like iconic type of a place, and maybe come up with some kind of prices based off what those places go for.
Because the other way you could approach is replacement value. So what would it cost you to build a new CN Tower? A lot. The answer would be a lot. I literally don't even know.
That's the thing. I would like to know like what the Rogers Center would sell for again.
So looking for comps would be important.
Comps.
Again, it's an unusual one, so that makes comps difficult.
Well, I guess
you're not just going to go based on number of bathrooms or
I guess we'd have to go look at what the Eiffel Tower is going for.
There you go.
We gotta go look
what the 8th tallest building is, what the sixth tallest building is.
Burj
figure
Khalifa
that
is
out.
totally different because they have like more hotel rooms and shopping at the bottom versus this. Then you got the Seattle Needle, whatever, Space Needle.
Yeah, Space Needle would actually be a good comp.
Yeah, so that's how I would go about it with the comps. If you want us to name some numbers, we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a quarter bill.
I'm thinking 100 million.
All right. So in 2017, it was estimated to be 63 million.
Oh wow, that's actually
Okay.
not that expensive. I thought that seems more reasonable than I expect. I'd say that's maybe a buy. I'm surprised Trump hasn't bought it for 63 million just so he can slap his name on it.
Funny you guys mentioned Trump because the next one is actually the New York Trump Tower. So
Ooh, I just watched a documentary on Trump too.
So
and the building
how many
of it.
stories is it?
So it is 58 stories. It's 664 feet high, and it has 244,000 square footage.
And so like
Again,
it's one of the most
comps.
iconic, right? It's on Central Park, is my understanding, or very close.
And I've never been to New York. Shocking.
Either. Give us an excuse though. We want to come to New York. Levy. Plan something.
You know, what are you going to go after? The Empire State Building for comps, that kind of stuff, potentially.
The nice thing
other
is
hotels.
actually like there'd be way more comps
Yeah.
for this than there would be
and
for
that's
something
why
like
New
the
York
CN
is
Tower.
like completely priced on square footage.
Yeah.
Like, you did a marble bathroom? Not a big, not
Yeah.
crazy amount of deal. Like where that can happen here a bit more.
Yeah.
Because it's just so dense, right? That they just do price per square footage. So again, I'd go at that. So,
Jeez though. Like that, I don't know if that scales. What would you say dollar per square foot? Because we're dealing with a 250,000 square feet. Well, I went
Use
first last
calculator?
time, so I'm going to let Jeff.
All right, well, that's when you need a calculator. So I guess, do I think it's a plus or minus the CN Tower now? So
At least that is actually nice that we got one benchmark now.
So I would think I'm gonna say 42 million.
Okay, I'm going to go. Is this Price is Right rules?
No.
Okay,
it's
closest to the mark.
Not over.
So like I would definitely say it's more than what Jeff said, but I'm not just gonna go like 1 million over because that feels inauthentic. I'm gonna say I bet it's worth 150 million, but I'm gonna say 100 million.
So the New York Trump Tower is valued at 471 million.
Boom, that's one for me.
We're not even
I'll take it.
close.
I thought it was gonna be more, but I was honestly thrown off by the
Yeah.
CN Tower being so cheap.
Right.
Like I understand that they're completely. This is not apples to apples, and none of this is going to be apples to apples. But yeah,
Who's the appraiser on that?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I think one of the reasons why is because of all like the rental like opportunities.
yes, no,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot more revenue generating opportunities as well. I think that, like, if you think about it on a worldwide scale, New York is, if not the city in the world, it's got to be most people's top 5 cities in the world, right? So
Right.
you got like everything's going on in New York. So
Okay, so number 3, guys, is going to be the White House.
the White House. Man, I even feel like I've seen clickbaity articles like what the White House is worth,
Well,
but I don't remember.
The White House, it's had a fire before, so
That's why it's called the White House, guys. The weird thing about the White House is I think that you definitely have to approach this in 2 ways. One is like realistically what it's worth, and then what the historic value and like all that tied in. Because like what you could get for on Airbnb would be pretty good, I'm thinking. But the redevelopment potential of the land, probably even better. Although if it's not the White House, in theory, if it's not being where the president of the US lived, it would actually decrease in value. Because like all the other surrounding properties are probably worth a lot of money because they're near the White House.
They got Capitol Hill there.
Mhm.
They got all those great buildings. Washington's full of huge places. So
So it has 132 rooms. It only has 16,700 square feet, and it gained 15% like in value when Obama was in office. Just a little thing.
and Trump,
Nothing yet. No
nothing
gain
yet. All right,
So I guess technically it's my turn to go first this time.
we know what a CN Tower's worth.
Yeah,
we know what a Trump
Tower's worth.
in Central.
The weird
Park.
thing is, I think it really, you could argue so many different ways. I'm gonna say 200 million.
I'm going higher. I'm going 350.
So the estimated price is 499 million.
Disagree.
The next one, guys, is the Burj Khalifa.
Okay.
I literally don't know what this is, so.
So this is the tallest structure ever built. They keep adding like footage on the top every time that another building keeps getting close because like Dubai really wants it. It has 3.3 million square feet. It's 2,722 feet tall.
For the less worldly, this is in Dubai?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Dubai.
Yeah, I've been to the base before.
The base of the building or the
I
base?
never went up the building,
Okay.
the base, because there's a shopping center like right by it where they can go skiing and all that.
Oh, I've seen those, on like Facebook videos. So sorry, how many square feet again?
3.3 mil.
3.3.
And Tom Cruise hung off of it in Mission Impossible. So. Okay, so I think it's more than 63 million. Well,
I would hope that they're currently using its best use. So I'm
there's
assuming that.
offices, I believe there's hotels.
I'd assume it'd be mixed use,
Yeah.
everything, right? Like you'd want to probably have a lot of commercial on the main couple levels, then office above, then you'd get into like condos or rentals, hotels, then above that you'd get into your penthouse shit, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, probably a visitor center and all that tourism, trappy stuff. I'd just be selling like $10 bottles of water. I think I'm going to value this based off of the square feet at 3 million.
I will value it very high because Dubai, you can fact check me, but it has some of the highest starred rating hotels in the world. Like it's above 5, it's 6s and 7s and stuff like that. So it's like very prestigious. Now for the tower, just based on like CN Tower and what we've just been kind of talking about, Trump's Tower and the White House, I'm going super high again with 400 million.
Oh wow, I was gonna go even way higher.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go $500 million at least. Honestly, if I'm gonna go $500 million because I think I'm gonna beat him, but if I was saying my honest truth before he said his price, I was thinking 650.
It's actually 1.97 billion.
I think that's a pass for me.
All right.
I think the Canadians and us were timid to go high.
Well, honestly, the CN Tower just threw me
Yeah.
completely off. You give me the CN Tower, the White House, and Trump's Tower, I would take that over this, personally. That's just me.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is the Empire State Building. So it's 2.15 million square feet of rentable space. $230 million is what they get a year from like rentals and advertising. It costs them $70 million to keep the lights on annually.
$70 million to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
If I got 2 million square feet, if you valued that at like 1,000 square foot, that'd get you to 2 bills. 70 million just to keep the lights on.
I feel like there's some government grants there.
Right? There's got to be some subsidies. I'm gonna say 2.5 billion.
And I'm going to go 1.75 billion.
All right, so this one is anywhere from 3.5 billion to 4.2 billion.
4.2. Wow.
So the next one is Buckingham Palace.
Oh, I was just there.
So this palace, if you guys don't know, it's in England. It's where the Queen lives. It's 5 stories. It has 828,000 square feet, and it has 775 rooms.
How big is like the grounds though? Like, is it a big stately grounds? I would assume. I literally. Is this in a city or
Yes.
no?
Like, try to get an aerial
satellite. Yeah.
So square footage, average square footage price in Mayfair and St. James that's like kind of where it's located. Is between 2,500 and 3,000 pounds.
So like, I guess they have all that in the back, but we can only be
in
like
this
right at the
front
gate
part,
there.
yeah.
That this is public.
Yeah.
They probably
Like
limit
this kind of shows a better idea, right? Is that
back.
water?
Yeah, they probably have that too to walk in the back for parties.
Okay, well this is good for context. Like I literally didn't know
That's
if this
an
was way out in
entire-
the country, if it was in the middle of the
it's right in the
city.
city. I'm gonna royally put a dollar value on this at $7 billion.
Interesting. That was high. I don't doubt that Jeff's right. Like me personally, I
don't know.
I don't see any value like outside of just the land value for it personally. But yeah, I'll go 6 billion.
Based on the square footage alone, it's roughly 4 billion, but including all of the artwork and furniture and antiques and stuff, it's valued at 6.16 billion.
All right, I'll take the W. Interesting. It's very unique. Like you could definitely see how with the grounds you could build tower after tower. It's just weird. Europe has a lot of these rules, right? Like I know Paris does, where you can't build high. So I'm guessing that's the same case because like none of these look like massive.
All right, the next
wow.
one is
I didn't know
the
this.
Sydney Opera House.
Okay. What are the facts?
So it has.
Have you been to Australia?
No.
It has 206.
Give us an excuse.
Excuse.
206,000 square feet. There's about 8,350 full-time jobs that contribute.
8,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
That contribute to the Opera House. It generates about $1.2 billion dollars annually to the Australian economy,
Okay.
just from tourism and like advertising.
That's fun to know. So, okay, so Sydney Opera House. So we were told it generates for the economy 1 point something billion dollars. I'm sure it itself doesn't take that money in. Wow, we saw a vacant piece of land in LA when we were with our buddy Graham Stephan. That's literally worth the same value as the CN Tower.
Yeah.
That actually, my mind's blown right now.
What I was saying is like, if we deal with all like the lower numbers in London, and then when we were listening to Graham and he was just talking about like 5 and 6, I was like, oh, 100,000. He's like, no, million, right?
Yeah.
And now we're getting up into the billion word, and our minds.
You're like, how many zeros are involved here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say 7 bills.
Yeah, I was thinking similar. So, I'm gonna go with 7.5.
So it's roughly 6.1 billion.
Nice. Just chalking up.
That's it. I'm not gonna be nice anymore. I'm doing the
Price is Right rules.
Right.
So the next one is the Louvre.
Wow, that's a big property. I know that.
I actually,
if you stare at every piece of art, I think it can take like over so many years to actually. Like if you look at every piece of art for 1 minute, it can take 3 years or something like that. Or
So I have 2 different price points here. I have one including all the art, and everything inside.
Oh wow,
one
that'd be
strictly
like
just the building. So it's
the building's huge.
688,000 square feet.
that's not that big.
It was converted to a museum after the French Revolution. Before that, it was a palace.
Cause sorry, 688,000.
Yeah.
Cause like think about Kellogg's building's bigger. It's 1 million square feet. What would be the most?
That's a lot.
What's the most well-known piece of art there?
The Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
The 13 things to see at the Louvre, according to Walks of
So
Italy. That seems weird.
it has more than 380,000 objects and displays 35,000 works of art.
So we're going to give 2 prices then. This is a
so
two
one for the building and then one with all of the artwork.
Is this like right in the heart of Paris or where is it?
Pretty much. Like.
All right. Well, I think it's your go, Jeff.
Okay. Well. Just another. I think it's our first French palace that's now a museum, but like there's some amazing palaces across France that has more land.
We at least know what one palace is worth.
A comp using Buckingham Palace, this would have similar kind of grounds. I think Buckingham would have a little bit more actually.
I think, yeah.
But obviously, space is even more, just as much limited in Paris as it is in London. But probably, let's do 6.5.
So I'm going to say, I think the building's worth a lot less. I bet with the art it's worth more. So if I was really just trying to be a dick and get the most points, I would say like 6 bill. But I'm going to say I think it's worth like 4.5 bill.
So the building itself is worth 13.8 billion.
Disagree. I don't see how that's worth more than almost. If you take the last 2 properties we just saw off the list, it's worth more than everything else combined. I would not make that deal.
Art though?
They've never got my 20 euros.
So this is
how many pieces of art is there?
There's 35,000. Yeah. So this is like the building cost plus the art cost, right?
Smart.
I'm gonna say a quarter trill. Quarter of a trill.
So 250 billion.
Yeah.
I can go higher than half a trill.
All right.
60 billion.
I honestly thought some of the artwork would be considered priceless, so I figured it would be like, what's the most expensive piece of art that's ever sold?
The most expensive piece of art that's in that museum is the Mona Lisa.
Cause like I don't know, like I always hear about like things that sell that like I barely even know. Most expensive piece of art I've ever bought would have been $25.
So I'll just say this was very difficult to like not like see the numbers kind of written out.
Yeah, actually, it's really hard to visualize.
So like
especially
maybe
when
you're
talking
watching
that
later
scale.
and being like, oh my god, how would you ever said that? But it wasn't easy like to like quickly grasp these high numbers.
And to be honest, I literally
it was a great exercise.
I thought the art would be worth way more.
Yeah, but like all the whole day today so far, like good exercise.
Yeah,
seeing.
because like
Now I know what the CN Tower is worth.
so like literally Gates can just walk in and buy the Louvre if he wanted to, and Bezos is a Hyundai.
Hypothetically, I don't think the government would allow that. From
I think Bill Gates can do what he wants. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely outside of the realm of what we normally do. As you guys know, we're focusing on our YouTube grind a lot more these days, so we're going to keep experimenting. If there's other things you'd like us to experiment with, other ideas that you think would make great content, jump in that comment section down below. Leave us whatever you think we should be doing. As well, we want to start traveling a lot more, so if you want us to come to your city, give us a good reason. Someone just reached out to me, and he's in, is it Aurora, Colorado? And so I think I'm going to go out and visit him sometime in the fall.
Perfect, guys. Yeah, and I'm doing a lot more on my channel right now, so switch over. Make sure you guys subscribe on that. I just did a bunch of vlogs. Check that out, and we're going to be in Vegas coming up as well.
Yeah.
So
and yeah, if you guys kind of know, we got a Vegas conference planned. Our buddy Graham Steffen's already committed to it. We got some other really exciting guests. This is definitely going to be a bit more of a high-level event than what we did at OREC, but we're really excited to bring it to you guys. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and we'll throw up Jeff's too. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, what's the point? And apparently, art's not that expensive.
bye.